Hi, this is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life. Capricorn, welcome to June. Here we are already halfway in the middle of the year. Just trying to get some focus, trying to maintain in spite of. I understand how you feel completely, Capricorn. So that's why I've pulled out a certain set of decks that I think will give us all some direction. So as I was meditating on which ones to use, I decided to go with the Sibyl's Oraculum, or the Oracle of the Black Doves. This is associated with teachings that come out of Africa and that are also connected to the maternal or to the feminine. So you can look up the deck if you want to, if you're interested in that kind of thing. It is a 44 card system, so it is about building, and it is about building from a spiritual perspective. So that's the direction that we're headed in for the month of June, and that's for everybody, not just Capricorn, but we're going to see how that applies to you, Capricorn, in this reading. The other deck that I'm going to be working with is Deborah Koff Chapin's Soul Cards. So this is the first deck of the soul cards. These are purely intuitive, purely artistic. They do not come from a spiritual system. Some people don't like tarot. They don't like to, get into that because of their spirituality. This is a purely intuitive deck and also purely artistic, which I really like as far as being able to read them. And then I am going to be pulling from the tarot. I always like to add tarot into the reading because tarot gives us nice detail and gives us a chance to kind of delve a little deeper into the intricacies of our life, Capricorn. So I'm going to be reading from Steampunk, and I decided to read from Steampunk because we are going to be talking about work, career, business, that kind of thing, and that's always my go-to deck for that. As far as tarots go. And then I'm also going to be pulling some animal cards. So we're going to use some animal totems this time. Last time we pulled out the archetype cards. This time we're going to do animal archetypes, and we're going to see where those land for you. It could be personality traits or the type of traits or behaviors that you need to adopt, Capricorn, yourself, or it could be energies around you, but we'll just see how that unfolds. Okay, so I'm going to pull the card situation together and we'll be right back. All right, Capricorn, so we're going to start off with the Sibyl's Oraculum. As I said, this is a 44 card system. There's 4 sets or 4 decks with 11 cards in each. We pull one from each deck. It looks at core issues. It looks at hiccups, like things that are hicking you up, And then it also gives you a couple of action items, things to think about or do internally, and also things that are actual physical actions that can change your paradigm, okay? So we've got accumulation here. Accumulation. Interesting. Cornucopia. I'm looking at a cornucopia. It's like a very nice large vessel with vegetables and fruits and flowers and all kinds of things coming from it. So not bad so far, Capricorn. Let's just see what else comes up. We're going to pick from the brown deck because this is going to tell us how we need to view or how to think about this whole accumulation thing. Okay, and so with that one you have justice. And again, I am reading these purely intuitively because there are some other implications in the text, because there's a text that goes with this deck as well. It's pretty involved and kind of long and drawn out, so I'm not going to pull all of that out for the sake of the monthly reading, but I'm just going to read from the heart, okay? So, and we've got this heart right here, and this is justice. Justice to me is about what is fair, okay? So whatever it is that has been accumulated, whatever accumulation, whatever looks like an abundance in your life, what you have a lot of, then you want to think about how to either even the score or not even the score. You want to think about how to share it It's what I'm thinking. It's what I'm feeling from this. Because again, we have the heart space. And when you think about heart space, you think about giving and sharing, how you're giving and how you're receiving. So in relationship to what you have an abundance of, and you do have an abundance of something, you got to think about what you have an abundance of. How then do you share that so that it's fair? Because some people have a lot of one thing and not a lot of another. And how we're sharing with each other is very significant, particularly during this time, because we have gone through a major shift collectively. So some of us have a lot of one thing, some of us have a lot of toilet paper, and some of us don't. So whatever you have an accumulation of, whatever you have a lot of, think about how to give or how to share that, or how you would like to share or give in that regard. So there is an abundance there. Seeing abundance. All right, so we've got 2 action cards. I think I just missed that one. These cards have a feel. There's a feel to these. There it is. All right. Optimism. Remaining optimistic, staying in a positive mindset. Not in a poverty mindset, but a positive mindset. I feel like that may be where you may be with it. I'm getting that, yes, Spirit has given you a lot. Spirit has given you a lot. You have been afforded much, Capricorn. And because you have been afforded much, to whom much is given, much is required. So now it's about giving that out. It's about sharing that, and then how that then comes back to you as well. And then we've got speed here too. So these are our 2 action items for the month of June. One is to remain optimistic, remain in the positive, always see what is growing and what is going well. As long as you stay focused on that, then you'll be good. Now, the other thing is speed. You'll want to focus on about timing too, how fast you're going, and then when you're pulling back, when you're hesitating, or when you're putting on the brakes. So you want to be mindful of that as well, okay? I'm seeing that things are changing, things are turning, and this is about your inner power. It really is about exercising your inner power, and this is where your inner power is coming from. It's in the act of seeing the positive, and it's also in the act of regulating your speed and knowing why you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I mean by that is you're not putting on the brakes, Capricorn, when you shouldn't be putting on the brakes. Because if you're putting on the brakes, you're not putting on the brakes out of fear. You're putting on the brakes because you need to slow down in order for you to meet your mark in the right timing. And that takes a little precision. It takes a little skill. So that's what you're working on right now. You're working on this abundance of things. You're balancing out, divvying out, delegating out also, but also giving and sharing what it is that you have brought in. And then you're remaining optimistic, and you're also watching your speed and when you're moving too fast or moving too slow and that kind of thing. Just pay attention to that in the month of June. All right. Thank you, Sybils. We appreciate your information. All right. Moving right along, we're going to go to Deborah Kopchapin and the Soul cards. Again, these cards they come from an artistic practice, actually, developed by Deborah Kopchapin. If you want to look that up, I'll try to remember to make sure I put her information in the description box if you want to look into her practice and her art form. But at any rate, the art form comes in, for me, it shows up in these cards. She has soul cards 1, she has soul cards 2, and you can use them in many different ways to kind of get to the root of an issue or a problem or something we just have to, dig deep on. I find these to be highly emotionally charged cards, maybe because of they come from intuitive depth as it is. Depths. I have to open my mouth and talk. But anyway, I'll be pulling 3 cards from this deck for you, Capricorn, today. 3. And there's the 3rd. Da-da-da. All right, Capricorn. Looks like you're releasing some things right now. You're releasing some things. You're releasing some old debt, some old habits, some old stuff, and you're also renewing yourself again because of it. That's a real positive thing. I'm feeling that for you right now. Yeah, the process of doing that is going to make you feel younger, act younger, be younger. You're going to feel your youthfulness again because you are releasing that old stuff. These are thoughts, emotional thoughts. These are emotions and thoughts about it. Could be things from the past, could be old garbage, like old debts. So that should be good for your finances as well, Capricorn. But it's old debts. It could be old karmic debt. It could be old karmic debt that you are releasing right now, and that's really good. I've been getting a lot of the Judgment card in relationship to Capricorn. So judgment usually does indicate that there is a change happening. I don't know if it's going to show up in your tarot today, but I know that in other interactions with Capricorn, I have been getting the judgment a lot. And so judgment card usually indicates a time or time frame when things are ending, or when you're coming to the end of some very important life lessons. Or you're transitioning, or you're getting ready to make some sort of ascension. I'm getting something around the throat chakra too for you, Capricorn. So yes, and I'm getting that you need to speak up and speak out. You will feel like you want to speak up and speak out. If you have been holding, or you've been required to hold up until now, you're going to find that you're going to want to speak out. But there's steps, okay? Not all at once. The first thing is releasing, returning to the youthful, and you'll feel it because you'll feel youthful. And when you start to feel youthful, you're going to be talkative, and you're just going to say what you have to say. So that's a really positive sign. Then I've got this again, another transformation happening. This is just transformation all over the place. We've got the butterfly up here for me. That means transformation. I see you walking away from something, walking away from things of the past, issues of the past, stuff of the past, things that have gotten on your nerves from the past. You are also leaving behind your shadow image, your shadow side and your shadow image. Your shadow side, people get worked up about the shadow because they think about dark and, oh, that's dark. What is it? Dark something, dark sided or whatever it is. No, everybody has that side. The shadow side is the side that you keep hidden. Sometimes people keep very positive things hidden about themselves, very powerful things that they keep hidden. So it's not always bad things that we hide. We hide those skeletons in the closet. We have our skeletons in the closet too, but sometimes we hide the things that are really, really powerful about ourselves too. And so what I'm seeing is that you are coming into that right now and moving away from operating in the shadow or operating in secret. You feel empowered to do so, and you have a focus, and you're looking toward the focus. Look at you. So we don't know what's going to happen. That's the unknown. That's okay. So the time right now, this reminds me of the Ouroboros. The time right now is to reflect, self-reflect, and think about what you have done, what you've accomplished, what you have been through, what you have learned from what you have been through, the wisdom that you walk with now because of it, because you are making a return. I'm seeing that here. And I'm also seeing it here. And in the 3 cards, that just makes a full circle, okay? So there's still some things that you're releasing from your mind. So meditation is always good. At this time and at this juncture, I also recommend some Reiki for you too if you want to really move through this quickly. Stones would also be a good, another good modality for you, Capricorn, as you're moving forward. I can leave information in the description box about that too. But transformation is happening for you. And you're in a space where you have accumulation, where this exists for you. So it looks like a really positive, lucrative time that you're walking into during the month of June. I can't believe how fast this is how fast this year is going, which speaks to also speed and being prepared for the speed. I don't know, dig into that a little bit later. Maybe we can add that to Patreon, like if we want to go in depth into some of these cards. Anyway, I digress. Let me keep it moving. All right, so we're moving into the tarot, and we're talking about work. We're talking about career. We're talking about business specifically. And I'm doing that because as we are moving back into, things are opening up now, and we're moving back into the market. We need to be aware of what's going on in the market, and we also need to know where we fit within that framework. So Capricorn, I'll be looking at steampunk today for you for that. Again, this is applied to your work, career. So whatever comes up, we're talking about work, career, people in your work, career sector. Could be employees, just whatever. Month of June, focus for your work. That was me, not you. All right. All right, so let's see what's going on for Capricorn, month of June, in the work area. All right, Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. All right, interesting start. Interesting start, because this is a nurturing card. The Queen of Cups is the nurturer. She is like if you want to think of the consummate mother, that would be the Queen of Cups, right? She gives love. She gives of herself. She is always replenishing. She's always a source. So that could be you. That could apply to you, Capricorn. But anyway, it's a giving space. It's a nurturing space. And it may also be time to nurture something that you have been interested in. Could be a project, could be a venture, could be a partnership. It's something you're definitely embarking on. It's something you have a vision for. It may be something that you've done before, but you wanted to refine it or something like that. But it's definitely about you nurturing it. I just want to also say, Capricorn, don't forget to nurture yourself. But we'll see what the cards have to say. Queen of Cups also is something that you love. It's not just something that you do for money. That would be Pentacles, right? This is something that you do from the heart. It comes from your heart space. So there is love related to it. And we have also the King of Cups. So I'm looking at a partnership here specifically. Somebody that you need to be partnered with. You bring one side and they bring the other side. Okay, they bring more of the how do you want to say this? This partner is going to bring they're going to bring the nuts and bolts to the situation. Okay, it's not they love the thing just as much as you do. They do, but they bring more of the I'm gonna say the operational side, or it could be the financial side, or the business side, or the systematic side to it. Because whatever it is that you are having the vision for, Capricorn, it has to have the pieces to it. Now, this could be you, Capricorn. You could be the person that brings the nuts and bolts and pieces to it. Because that's your nature. And the other person could be coming with, just the vision and the concepts and that kind of thing. The vision and the concepts and that kind of thing. My brain is moving faster than my mouth. But the thing is that there is a partnership where the two are focused toward the same thing, but they bring one side of it and you bring another side of it. So that's a good partnership. It really is. It's a really good partnership. This person is also benevolent and giving, but they know more of the business side, or they're more business savvy, something like that. They know how to work a room. This is somebody with vision as well, somebody that's seasoned. They know the game. Bingo, that's where your money is, right, Capricorn? That's where the money is. You also got to pay attention to what you're giving your money to, what you're spending your money on. Don't just feed something that's just going to suck the money dry and it doesn't yield anything. You got to be thinking about that. That's why this person is in place. Again, this could be your energy, Capricorn, being more of the Capricorns, because y'all are ruled by Saturn, y'all have a more, you have a tendency to look at the groundwork in something. You have a tendency to look at the foundational stuff. You have a tendency to pay attention to the nuts and bolts. I keep saying the nuts and bolts. That's what it is. Nuts and bolts. This is the nuts and bolts person. This is the vision, love person. Oh, this is great and wonderful, and they're going to keep things moving in that direction. You need both, but you need to be paying attention to that. That's why you have this energy in place. So I'm seeing a partnership. I'm seeing something that can be lucrative. It's at the foundational stages, though. You're at the 4 stage. See, this is a 4. Okay, 4s are about building foundations. So you're building a foundation with this person that you're partnering with. Now, if you don't have a partner, then you probably need to look for one if you are trying to advance yourself in any way in your career. Now, that's not just for people who are in business for themselves. That's also in your workspace. So if you work in a place, you still need a partner. You still need somebody that you can connect with in your workspace, because that's going to advance you. That's going to cause you to have some advancement. So get a partner, get a work partner. Y'all got accountability partners. Have a work partner, somebody that you work with that pushes you in one direction and you can push them in another direction, so that your thing can keep moving forward. That's really important. See, I'm getting that you've been in like doing things on your own, kind of in your own world. This goes back to you coming up out this shadow space. There you are again. So what I'm seeing, Capricorn, is you've been operating in the dark, literally, but not in a bad way. You just been like, you know how when your parents tell you if they're reading in the dark and they say, hey, put some light on, you're going to ruin your eyes or something. You just been reading in the dark. You've been operating in the shadow and operating in the dark. And so now you're coming into light. Everything is happening very differently now, because we've gone through a massive ascension process. Everybody's still assimilating, but we've gone through a massive ascension process. And so we're going to see a lot more of this happening than we were seeing before, but only if you're ready. Because if you're not ready, you're going to be peeking out. Scared. Okay. Stuck inside scared watching CNN, right, Mystical? All right. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. So the message is to come on out. Is to come on out. Come on out. Come on out. Come on out. You have to come on out. Your partner your accountability partner here may be the person to pull you out. That'll be good. We got a 5 of Cups. It did come in reverse, but these cards we don't read in reverse, so I'm just reading but taking that in mind. So it looks like, the only conflict situation. Oh, what is going on right here? I don't understand. I don't understand. I've got a Five of Cups here. I have somebody looking down and out in Beverly Hills. I see a whole lot of wine spilled the wine. you know. Somebody's like, hey, that poor slob, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's overkill or something. It is making me think about this accumulation here card, this accumulation card. Sometimes when we have a lot, you know, you tend to overindulge. So if there's some overindulgences, but overindulgences as far as work is concerned, I don't know what that might be. It could be that you've overworked yourself, Capricorn. Could be, y'all. Let's see what's going on. We've got the Chariot, so we've got some movement happening. Okay, so this Five of Cups here, I think what it is that you've been overdoing it in your work. So you've been operating by yourself. Now, whichever one you are, whichever one of these you are, you've been operating in the solo. And you've been overworking yourself or overindulging in the work, which is the same as being intoxicated. That's why we got liquor up there. And see, that's you, Capricorn. You can be intoxicated by work. You can overindulge in work to the point where, you just drunk with it. That's your vice more than ooh, Capricorn's your vice is work. So that's what it is. That's where the issue is. That's why you need the partner. Okay. So now we're starting to come and bring it together. That's what the Chariot is saying. Now you're beginning to understand why the other person is in the picture. Now you're understanding what you have to be thinking about. Now you know what it is that you have to do. The picture is starting to come a little clearer for you. So your partner is important. Partnering and partnership is important. In June, think about that. Think about how you're going to partner, who you're partnering with, etc. All right, we got the Devil card. You know it's always new level, new devil. Whenever you reach a new level, there's something else that is going to try to get in your way, stump you, halt you, thwart your progress, all that other kind of stuff. That's the devil. You know how it goes. It's good to be prepared. You already know what's coming. You already know. So, how do you handle it? Let's see. How are we going to handle this devil? It ain't nothing but a mechanism. It's a process and a mechanism. But the process and the okay, so the process, okay. All right, so the process and the mechanism is there to get you to put your mind on a different, set your sights on something different. Cast your sights on a different shore. Now, this is my question for you. Is this a distraction? Because you putting your mind on other things, looking to do something else, looking for I want to do something else. I want to go to different places. That kind of stuff, like wanting to do something else, could be a distraction. And that could be your devil card showing up. At the same time, it could be things or distractions that prevent you from moving to whatever is next. It depends, and you got to be able to examine yourself on that one, which is always the case when the devil shows up. You got to examine yourself. You got to see where your thought processes are and where your mind is, because that's going to direct your course. How you're thinking, what your beliefs are, what your perceptions are. That's going to direct your course, Capricorn, more than anything else. You'll be directing your course in your sleep because of how you think. So you got to be mindful about what you're thinking and how you think. And I think that might be what is going on with you there. Oh, okay. This is a lot of things going on here. All right, so we've got a King of Wands in reverse. My feeling about that is just, it's kind of like an Emperor energy for me. It's just like, you know, making sure that you put things in order, that you are paying attention to the nuts and bolts of a situation and putting things in order for yourself. That's what I'm getting from here. I'm getting very much Emperor energy. It could be around your partner or it could be around you, either one. But it's time for that. Anything else for Capricorn for the month of June in relationship to work? Oh, yes. All right, we've got the Hangman, which means there's also some letting go of. And I think that this partnership is going to really help you, Capricorn, because it means that whatever you have been overindulging as far as work is concerned, you're going to be delegating and passing that on to somebody else, and by doing that, you are in essence letting go or releasing, which is a good thing. You need to do that. You just have to watch this. You got to watch this. This comes up as a 5. It could create a conflict, an issue. It could also create a health issue. Because if you're all work and no play, you don't have a balance. And if you don't have that balance, you're going to burn out, is really, and that's what that looks like to me more than anything, is burnout. You know, like it looks like, you know, Spirit would like to offer you some new things, but you're burned out from the other, which is why the partnership becomes important. Just rely on your partners. Rely on your partners. You don't have to do all the work yourself. And that's a blessing. So this looks like a blessing to me as far as work is concerned. It's giving you the extra help that you need, Capricorn, right now. So that's a blessing. All right, moving right along into these here animal cards. We're going to get some animal spirits, see what's going on. Again, the animal spirits or the animals give us an idea about how to behave, how to act, how to respond in our environment. It can also tell us a little bit about the people that we're around, the kind of energy we are exhibiting, or ways that we have to be. All right, we got the eye of the tiger going on right here. Capricorn, that's a tiger. As a, first of all, tiger's a cat. Okay, he's a big cat. Okay, big cats are associated with, cats period are associated with independence, being of an independent nature. I'm seeing that there is, that's the part of you that's opening right now. That's the part of you that's opening right now. You're opening up to your tiger energy. Tiger energy is predator associated. Now, I don't want people getting worked up about the word predator, because then they associate the word predator with predators and other undesirables as far as people are concerned. But the predator nature is somebody that goes and gets it. They're a go-getter, okay? They're going to go after what it is that they want. And so that's your tiger energy. I like it. All right, so on the back of the card, I'm reading the back of the card now. Primal power, creation, sexuality, and perception. Okay? While all the feline images denote power, tigers are particularly powerful. In China, ooh, can't see if I can't see. In China, they are considered the king of all beasts. In Hindu mythology, the tiger is associated with the goddess Kali, and Kali is about destroying so that things can be built back up. She represents creation, sexuality, and death. In traditional Sumatran culture, tigers were killed only in self-defense out of fear of inspiring a collective hostility of other tigers. So there may be some other tigers amongst you, or you may have tiger friends around you as well. So that's kind of cool, right? You might have a little posse or something, Capricorn, I think. All right. It says that in this particular rendition of the tiger, it's framed in a kind of cartouche, which implies regal status, emphasizes the eye motif. Like all cats, tigers have binocular vision, which gives them greater depth of vision and the ability to judge distances accurately. Okay, that's really key. That's really key, and I'm going to tell you why it's really key. It's for this. Goes back to this, goes back to speed, right? So the vision of the tiger allows it to see depth. So you can see into your own future or into what it is that you're trying to get to. Okay? And then it also says that you have the ability to judge distances accurately. So you know what you're doing, Capricorn. All you have to do is rely on your tiger energy, your ability to see, your vision space. That's really powerful. And let's not forget your primal power and your sexuality as well, because those are also energy powers. Just making a note of that. We gonna get a love reading out of you anyway, aren't we, Capricorn? All right, and we have the coyote. Coyote is that teacher. It's a teacher energy. So you are going to be taught during the month of June. You can expect some teachings to happen. Those will usually come from experience. Those are experience teachings, definitely. The coyote is considered to be the trickster. So if you can expect the teacher not to come direct, is what I'm saying. Okay? But that means that there are some deeper spiritual lessons that you need to learn. And the spiritual lessons are also related to your walk in life as well. So for me anyway, coyote teachings usually are the teachings that blend both your spiritual path and your walking path, because the two have to go together in order for it to be of any use to you. And so those lessons and those teachings have a lot to do with that, and I would pay attention to that if I were you right around this during the month of June. Any other animal spirits that we need to pay attention? Tiger and coyote. Woo, girl, guy, friend, romance, countryman. I don't know. You guys are something else. All right, and we have the insect. Now, I really like the insect because insects are interesting animals. One, they really have a sense of what's going on the ground. That's number one. Number two, they have the antenna, which means that they're very sharp perception-wise. They sense, they feel. Okay? Some insects travel in groups. They're numbers. Their powers in their numbers. So like ants and stuff like that. But it's about feeling and sensing to me. Is what insects really bring to the table. Feeling and sensing. Feeling and sensing. So that's what you should be doing. You should have your antenna up. Okay? Paying very close attention to how you feel. You know how when you're in a situation and the room changes or the dynamic changes or somebody's energy changes? You want to be real keen to that. Spidey senses. That's your insect energy. So you want to be close to your emotional self, you know, and you also want to be honoring your instincts. You want to be honoring your instincts. Okay, I think that's it for you. We have certainly had kind of a long reading, but you know, I try to just be patient and go through the process. If you would like your own personal reading, please let me know. I will put the information that I shared with you in the description box. As always, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a fantastic June, and I hope you're having a wonderful life.